What's really good, folks? I am R. Jr., the truth and not a rumor. I am the host of the Surround Sound podcast. That's right, news for the hip-hop generation. I'm doing this for Instagram. I'm doing this for Facebook.com/Surround Sound podcast. That's right, the Surround Sound podcast fan page. I'm doing it for you guys on Football 101. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to do it for y'all. All right, NFL news. This is the age of the quarterback. And more than just being the age of the quarterback, it's the age of protecting the quarterback. If there was one theme I could say through the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, it would be protect the QB. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, but it didn't come right on time. Anyway, Clay Matthews of the Green Bay Packers, he has been cited for roughing the passer 3 weeks in a row. And honestly, I get it, Clay, and I get it, other defenders. I mean, the rule is a dumb rule in respect to how we have seen the NFL. And with that being said, defenders are just going to have to adjust. And honestly, it's not like, honestly, teams have been scoring more points than the usual. But not at a clip that is just so astronomical from what we have seen and what we recall from the past. Understand that. And we do, and also on top of understand that, understand why the rule is. Nobody wants to watch backup quarterbacks play. There's a reason why they're a backup. Real talk. It's a reason why they're not starting. They're not among the 32 starters in the NFL. With that being said, the NFL initiated a rule, a law, so we can keep those guys there. Keep those quarterbacks there. On top of all of that, the other reason is money. See, people that buy commercials, they don't buy commercials for diehard fans. They buy commercials for the fringe fan. You know, the mother or father that is doing the grocery shopping list for the week. They sitting there watching the commercial. Oh, let's try that new double stuffed Oreo. Let's try that new ice cream. Let's try that new Coke product out. Oh, I can get 2 loaves of bread for one. See, that's what advertisers, that's who they're marketing to. The person that is only going to be sitting there for a little while. Because most diehard fans, they go to the restroom, they go check on the kids, they go get them something to eat during the commercial break. But fringe fans, they just be sitting there. Because they don't really care too much about the game no way. But that's why you have this age of quarterback protection going on. And you're just gonna have to be able to evolve defenders. It's just how it is. Next up, Cleveland Browns real quick. Cleveland, I don't want you to start Baker Mayfield, but I understand. I said a week before the draft, Baker Mayfield needs to go to the Cleveland Browns. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that he should have been the number 1 pick, but he is the best quarterback in that draft for the Cleveland Browns. Not Darnold, not Allen, not Rosen. See, if you have not won a game in 635 days, and on top of that, you've only won 1 game plus that previous year, you need a dude to come in with some moxie, with a chip on both shoulders, a dude that be dabbing, doing the Migos. That's the type of dude that you're going to have to come in. You can't have Rosen or Allen come in or Darnold. You can't have no Southern California kids come in there talking about, guys, look here, we're going to right the ship. No, you need somebody like Mayfield that walked on the 2 teams, still led his team to the national championship game and won and won a Heisman Trophy. That's the type of guy that they're going to listen to. He came in the second half after Tyrod Taylor had went out with a concussion, and he brought the team back. I still don't want you to start him, especially if Tyrod Taylor is healthy. And this is the main reason. You had Patrick Mahomes, you had Mitchell Trubisky, and you got Deshaun Watson. This year, for Deshaun Watson, has been horrible. Why? Because they got film on him. Last year, he lit the league up. The first part of the year before he hurt his knee, he lit the league up. He didn't have any film on him. Mitchell Trubisky came in like in the second quarter of the season. Now, it's not that easy for him. But he's doing all right. Patrick Mahomes didn't start it all this year. Started all last year. Now he has like 13 touchdowns. What I'm saying is Mayfield get Mayfield acclimated, but if you can lessen his if you can get his curve up more than you give film to other teams, it'll be to your benefit on next year. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, next up, Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are still the Wizard of Oz of professional football. They're the Cowardly Lion of the NFL. They have no heart, folks. They 1-2. They lost a barn burner, a shootout even, to the Saints 43-37. That's usually what it is when those two teams get together. They play the 2-1 Bengals on next week. Their whole defense is decimated. Both safeties are out for the year. But Matt Ryan and that offense is going to keep them in respectability. But I think I said earlier, I said at the beginning of the season, I expected the Panthers and the Saints to come out of that division. Man, moving on. The Dallas Cowboys. We're going to have to change the name to the Alice Cowboys because they have no D. Yeah, simply put, they have no D. They lost to the Seattle Seahawks. I'm about to say the Seattle Supersonics. They lost to the Seattle Seahawks 24-13. What can I say about them? Dak and Ezekiel are just not enough. I mean, they're second-year players that kind of go to what happened. They're third-year players now. Kind of goes to what I was saying about the quarterback position with Mahomes and Watson and Trubisky. They got film now. They still took their teams to respectability last year, but they got film on them now, so that's when they need this. And why don't you guys have a receiver? Who are you guys spending money on? The best three players are Lawrence, Elliott, and Dak. They're all under rookie contracts. Let that marinate in for Cowboys fans. Moving on. Chicago Bears 2-1. Tops in the NFC North. Yeah, we doing it like that. They beat the Cards 16-14. Once again, man. 14-point deficit came all the way back, man. It reminds me of back in 2007. I can hear Denny Green in my head right now, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Moving on to the hometown Titans. Titans are 2-1 also. 2 in a row. They played the Eagles this Sunday at high noon. They won 9-6. And that reverts directly back to what I was saying about the age of QB protection. You still have teams scoring like a combined 15 points. So defenders, it's all right. It's not like you just gonna give up millions of points and at an alarming rate. No, you still have teams that have suspect quarterbacks. And they're beating themselves. They're foiling their own plans. Wow, 9-6. I hadn't seen like that something like this since the 80s probably. Anyway, make sure you go and download the rest of the Surround Sound podcast. You can go to the iHeart app. Man, you can go to SoundCloud. You can go to iTunes. You can go to a myriad of different places, man. I appreciate you being with us. We'll be back with more on the Surround Sound podcast. That's right, news for the hip-hop generation. Peace. All 100 June, truth and not a rumor, y'all. Yeah.